It was springtime, and as part of my spring cleaning duties, I had been very busy mixing and preparing new potions to replace those which had worn out. All around me were my herbs, roots, and spices galore. My cauldron stood cooling in the fireplace, its contents now bubbling in jars. The gases from the magic potions were quite nasty, and before I had realized it, I'd started to sneeze. I'd caught a cold. This was quite unheard of. I, Merlin, the great sorcerer, never caught a cold. Oh, yes, I had. Feverishly, I searched all my ancient scrolls and my magic objects, but there was still no answer. Finally, I turned to my great book of spells, a handkerchief pressed firmly to my nose. As I soon read, the only certain cure for a cold was known by the elves of Thirkwood. The last time I met the elves was... Oh, dear, I had no time to reminisce, and left to see them immediately. Thirkwood was a beautiful place, with a magical atmosphere. Birds sang enchantedly in the trees, and the friendly animals soon welcomed me amongst them. One young rabbit, Locksley was his name, beckoned me towards him. As I knelt before him, he told me of something most terrible. The night before, a tremendous storm had blown through the glade of Thirkwood, where the elves lived. Oh, this was tragic. With no time to lose, I said my goodbyes and made swiftly for the glade. As I reached the glade, I was given a very warm welcome by my dear friends Farn and Elphine. I was delighted to see they were in good health and to hear that no one in the village had been hurt by the storm. But there had been one casualty, Farn told me, the royal palace of the kind elven king. Oh, it was a pitiful sight. The elven king's palace, up until the night before a lavish and regal spectacle, now stood broken and tattered, its roof destroyed by the storm. The elven king was happy to see me, though through his smile he could not disguise his sorrow. I could see that he was very upset, but kind as ever, he offered me the freedom of the village. However, I like help, especially those as kind as the elves, and I was determined to help them. Summoning the power of my staff, I concentrated on a spell and breathed out the magic words, Selme, Dalme, Temerman, Shazam. The ruined palace had vanished. In its place stood a truly royal building of such stature that I even amazed myself at the results of my magic. All the elves around me were enthralled with their new palace. Happiness was everywhere, and many elves danced for joy. The king himself was overjoyed and asked me if there was any way he could repay me. Well, of course not, I said, but... Achoo! I sneezed. Achoo! And again, as I stood in the clearing, clutching my handkerchief, the elf king laughed. The great Merlin, he said, fallen foul of a cold, this cannot be. He laughed again, and so did the other elves. All I could do, however, was sneeze. Achoo! I need not have worried. Soon one of the young elves took an old parchment scroll from the hollow of a wizened old oak tree and gave it to the king. I stood patiently, trying not to sneeze. The king unrolled the scroll and spoke boldly, words that even I did not understand. As he finished the spell, there was a hush of silence from the elves. Had it worked? Oh, what a cure! Casting my hanky aside, I breathed deeply, savoring the sweet smell of fresh, clean air, and danced for joy. My cold had truly gone, and there was happiness everywhere. All the elves danced to jolly songs sung by elven singers. Even the animals joined in with the fun, and I, too, danced on, feeling happy and as young as if I was a child again. Oh, yes, indeed. That was a happy time, and not a sign of a cold to be seen.